Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Thank you, Trinity Davis, for that powerful invocation. Trinity is the daughter of our 2020 Father of the Year, Demetrius Davis. And you'll be learning more about this remarkable father and program graduate later tonight. Good evening and welcome to our first ever virtual Toast to Fathers annual dinner and fundraiser. We are live tonight from the brand new headquarters of the Fathers and Family Support Center at 16th and Olive in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey, the host of Total Information AM on KMOX and also a friend of Fathers and Family Support Center. I hope all of you at home are enjoying your delicious dinners from Butler's Pantry. We have a fantastic show for you tonight, and you'll want to stick around until the very end when we announce winners of $100 and $250 gift cards for local eateries of your choice to help support local restaurants during these unprecedented times. Well, tonight we are celebrating 22 years of connecting St. Louis area fathers and their families. For more than 2 decades, Fathers and Family Support Center has helped previously uninvolved fathers take their rightful place in the lives of their children. These kids, for the first time, experience the physical, emotional, and financial benefits of having a father in their day-to-day lives. Fathers do make a difference in their children's lives. And I would just like to take a moment to share with you how my father made a difference in mine. Some of you may know that last year I was supposed to MC the 2019 Toast to Fathers. Just a few days beforehand, my father had a stroke and I had to leave town. My friend Aisha Sultan filled in for me. If you were there, you know. My father, Rudy Ratenji, passed away on June 15th last year, ironically the day before Father's Day. Also, just before the Blue Stanley Cup victory parade was about to begin, which is also interesting because my dad was a huge Blackhawks fan. He also was the rock of our family. My father grew up in a Japanese concentration camp in Indonesia. He lost his father in the war. He moved to the Netherlands when he was 10 with his mother and a new stepfather, which is to say he had many hardships, but he didn't let that rule his life. My father was fun. He loved to laugh. He took us camping a lot when we were kids. We went to amusement parks all over the country. And later in life, he discovered karaoke, which became his hobby and his passion. My father was not a loud man or a stern man. He had a sly smile and an easygoing manner that won him friends everywhere. You never heard a bad word about my dad. Everyone liked him, and he was kind. In fact, I think that might be my favorite thing about my father. He was always there for my sister and me, always. And he was kind. Once when he was going through a rough patch career-wise, he had lamented to my sister and me, he thought he raised us to be too nice. He wished he'd raised us to be harder, maybe meaner, because it would help us to get ahead. Well, I was so happy to tell my dad years later, being raised to be kind was a gift. All the good things that have come into my life have been because of that. And good things have come into my life because I was lucky enough to have a great dad. Fathers matter. For all of you who are great dads or striving to be great dads, know for certain, it matters. Thanks to all of you for letting me honor my dad tonight. A Toast to Fathers is such an important way for FFSC to educate St. Louis on its impact, recognize individual accomplishments, and provide an important source of income. Now be sure you stay until the end of the program to see if you are a winner of our restaurant gift card giveaway. Also, thank you Lynn and Ben Rasher for supporting tonight as our premier sponsors. Now before we watch a video about Fathers and Family Support Center, I want to share some words of wisdom from my father. Enthusiasm is energy. Great people are just ordinary people with extraordinary determination.
Father Support Center was founded 2 decades ago by Halbert Sullivan, a former drug addict, gang member, and a convicted felon. Halbert was also a recent college graduate, a distinguished alumnus of the prestigious George Warren Brown School of Social Science at Washington University, a St. Louis social worker, and a man with a vision.
Father Support Center was created to impact outcomes for children. It's still our mission today to get dads to be more involved in the child's life so that children can have a better outcome for our lives. Over the last 20 years, we've had the opportunity to impact 40,000 children. Our work has also received national attention, and we have become a best practice in the nation.
Sister Carol Schumer has taught parenting skills to the men in Father Support Center's Family Formation Program for 16 years. It's an intensive, full immersion boot camp that changes lives.
What we try to do in the 6 weeks is we build them up, let them know that they are vital in the lives of their children. And it's not just their money, it's emotionally. The children want their dad.
The Family Formation Program remains at the core of Father Support Center's mission, but the organization is doing more to promote healthy families and better lives and opportunities for our community's kids through an innovative program focusing on women as parents.
Our Parenting and Partnership program actually provides the exact same skills as the Fatherhood's Family Formation program. It provides the mothers with responsible parenting skills, employment placement, career exploration, as well as an opportunity to work on their self-esteem and their confidence toward their parenting skills. Overall, we think that it will have an impact on how they parent their children and their ability to move forward in a positive way.
In his work prior to founding Father Support Center, Halbert Sullivan worked with youth and focused on helping keep them in school. Today, FSC continues that tradition with a nationally recognized youth program.
The Youth Leadership and Development Program aims to help these youth become responsible and productive citizens. Many of the youth that we serve have been in serious traumatic experiences. Some have lost siblings, lost parents, seen someone die right in front of them, been told that they can't do anything or be anyone. And our goal is to be that beacon of hope to help them realize that they actually can be successful.
Since its beginnings, legal services have been an important part of Father Support Center's approach to serving its clients. Often, there are legal challenges to address and overcome in order for clients to gain access to their children.
What we are here to do in terms of a global perspective is to protect fathers' rights with respect to their children and also protect the rights of the child to have a father in their lives.
Another essential service offered to clients during Father Support Center's first 20 years has been employment and mentoring. A paying job is absolutely critical to our graduates' self-esteem, confidence, and of course, their ability to support their children.
We try to meet our clients where they're at, not above, not below, because some of our clients come in, have not worked in a while. Some never had a job before.
Whether working in its original area of concentration, helping uninvolved fathers become responsible and involved parents, mentoring and teaching women the skills and capabilities to become effective mothers to their children, or working directly with at-risk children, Father Support Center is continually working to develop and nurture strong families within the greater St. Louis community. Our children are our future, and we focus every day on doing all we can to see that they have what it takes to live fulfilling, productive, and successful lives. The future success of our city depends on it, and every day we're working on it.
Now more than ever, fathers make a difference. Since 1998, FFSC has helped transform nearly 17,000 fathers and has made a difference in the lives of more than 42,000 sons and daughters who benefit from having more responsible parents. And now we would like to introduce Fathers and Families Support Center's founder and CEO, Halbert Sullivan, who has an important message about fathers, families, and the future of children in our community.
St. Louis continued to step up. Over the past 2 years, St. Louisans have helped Fathers and Family Support Center raise more than $4 million to acquire downtown property, completely renovate and remodel an existing building, and begin to move into our new headquarters at 16th and Olive. This is where we will hold our classes, do our day-to-day business, and operate our new state-of-the-art technology center. Thank you, St. Louis. We are grateful for your support. The pandemic has created too many absences in our children's lives. Absences from school, and for some, absence from nutritious breakfasts and lunches. Absences from friends, absences from grandparents who must guard their own health. Absence from the financial security that comes from a parent having work. Absence from a sense of safety and stability. Today we're faced with a nationwide and global protesting to end police brutality and ensure that the police are here to protect and serve all communities. Through the peaceful protesting, we witnessed looting and the destruction of property. In St. Louis, prior to the pandemic and protesting, our communities were being plagued with a number of youths committing heinous crimes and being murdered in our streets. I'm caused to reflect. I wonder how many of those committing such crimes come from fatherless homes. Nearly 1 in 4 American children today, more than 24 million kids, live in single-parent households without fathers. For minority children, the numbers who live without fathers is even greater. 42% of Hispanic children and nearly 67% of African American children. I don't believe that all 2-parent homes are better for kids than single-parent homes, but I do think that our kids are in the midst of a crisis, and this is no time for any dad to be an absent father. Children whose fathers are not involved in their lives are 5 times more likely to commit suicide, 20 times more likely to have behavior disorders, 9 times more likely to drop out of high school, 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances, 20 times more likely to end up in prison, and 20 times more likely to get pregnant. There's no good time for fathers to be absent from their children, and especially not now. I know all about absent fathers. I was one myself. And if I could relive those decades, I would do it all differently. Fathers and Family Support Center has experienced success in 4 areas. We have a 62% job placement rate, a 75% job retention rate, a 75% rate for fathers being financially supportive of their children, and an 80% interaction rate with their children. During the pandemic time frame of March 23rd through May 28th, 2020, Fathers and Family Support Center has maintained the employment of our 55 staff members, continued working with over 300 non-custodial dads and 100 justice-involved participants. We provided almost $30,000 in food vouchers to our participants, and we placed 55 participants in employment. When the opportunity came along to help other men, mostly dropouts with drug habits and prison records like I had, to become responsible fathers, we grabbed it. That's how the Fathers and Family Support Center was born. It's still what we do. In 23 years, we've had 17,000 men go through our programs, impacting the lives of more than 42,500 children, due in large part to the support of the St. Louis community. Fathers and Family Support Center is recognized nationally as the authority on father involvement. Our goal is to enhance responsible behavior by fathers. We understand the fathers we're working with, and we deliver remarkable outcomes for these men and their children. The support of you and everyone watching this video program tonight is a huge help to us as we continue to do the vital work we do. Thank you.
We'd like to thank Edward Jones, Marion and Rick Ertley, and Jeff and Abby Miller for helping to underwrite tonight's event. Every year, Fathers and Family Support Center has traditionally nominated a Father of the Year, a program alumnus who exhibits a strong commitment to improving the lives of his children and his family. A father who goes above and beyond to improve himself as a parent and as a role model for his children. This year, 32-year-old father of 2, Demetrius Davis, is our 2020 Father of the Year.
Demetrius came to the program. He had heard about what we do in the area of fatherhood, but he was especially interested in some of the legal services that he could receive because he was having issues with getting visitation with one of his daughters.
I didn't quite understand the custody as far as a court, how Missouri does it. So once we went through the program, I met with Lisa Williams, and she basically went over everything, how it's supposed to go, and we filed a petition for 50-50 custody.
The one thing that he accepted right off the bat was that he knew it wasn't going to happen overnight.
So what he was able to do in working with the organization was to fine-tune those parenting skills, make sure that he was even prepared to have that visitation of 2 daughters in the home, same time, the whole scheduling, and eventually he was going through the court process to begin the paperwork for getting that visitation.
And the one thing that I do remember him saying, well, whatever it takes or how long it takes, I'm willing to do that. And that was a positive thing to hear from a guy, especially just starting the class.
Patience is one of my biggest ones that I really needed to work on and that I learned while I was there. And structure. The program definitely is strict. The rules are the rules. When you walk into the class, they have no excuses on the board every single day. And that's the way the facilitators carry on the class. There's no excuses, you gotta make it happen. So I think that was one of the biggest things that I took from the class, just making a way instead of making excuses.
He made sure that he stayed the course. It's a good father type of thing to do. It is being genuine about your role in your daughter's life. And so in talking with him, he wasn't going to stop until he got the outcome that he wanted. And sure, you know, taking care of 2 girls is probably pretty difficult for a dad on a weekend when you have both of them there, but it seems to me that he loves every minute of it, and that's exactly what he wanted to do.
It's a privilege to be a father, especially 2 talented kids like I have. I think being a father, it kind of leaves little room for selfishness. You have to put the children first. And that's one thing that I learned to do. One thing that I do moving forward, I just make sure that I consider them in every situation. Consider the outcomes of my actions for my children.
Congratulations, Mr. Davis, on being chosen as Father of the Year. You have put in the time and the effort to do the things that you needed to do to start spending more time with your children. Congratulations, Mr. Simmons, your facilitator from class 129.
Demetrius, you are a great guy and a great father. And on behalf of the Fathers and Family Support Center, I would like to just congratulate you on being our Father of the Year. You've done an excellent job.
Thank you and congratulations once again to Demetrius Davis, our 2020 Father of the Year. Well, we have a goal tonight to raise $150,000. We have raised $130,000 so far, so we need your help to raise another $20,000. We are asking you to support FFSC's Funda Need. Help support the services that have transformed nearly 17,000 fathers and more than 42,000 children in our community. It's easy to donate. Just text your name and your pledge amount to 314-570-3371. That's 314-570-3371. You can also send a check to FFSC's new headquarters at 1601 Olive Street, or you can click the donate button, the donate now, on FFSC's website. All right, here we go. How about $5,000 to support a father in the Family Formation Program? Now, this level of intervention FFSC provides is unmatched in the nation, and that is one of the reasons we achieve such outstanding outcomes for children. $5,000. Just text now. How about $2,500 to help support a father with employment training? FFSC doesn't just help fathers find jobs. They help fathers discover careers that lead to stable employment and security for themselves and for their children. Now, we've already received a $2,500 pledge from Brinkman Constructors to really get this Funda Need going. So how about $1,000 to help support a youth in our mentoring program. FFSC's youth program actively seeks out the youth that other youth programs don't even reach and provides a level of individual commitment that is unmatched. Well, we do have pledges coming in right now. $1,000 from Bill Delabar. Thank you, Bill. We have $1,000 from LL and RT Fraley. Thank you so much. Diana and Stephen Knapp, $1,000. Thank you so much. Also, Jamie Mealy, Arcturus, and Shirley Dees Gray, all pledging $1,000. Thank you so much. Keep those pledges coming in. We want to see your support. All right, how about $500 to help support family bonding activities? Family bonding gives parents the opportunity to spend quality time with their children, allows the staff to see clients interacting with their children and practicing what they've learned in the classes about child development and positive parenting. All right, we have Frank and Mary Rasher, who just pledged $500. Also, Jason and Hillary Von Rohr and Keith Williamson, all pledging $500 each. Thank you so much. We have another level. How about $250 to help support graduation ceremonies? $250 for graduation ceremonies. Now, graduation from this 6-week family formation program is a major accomplishment for each participant. For many, it's the first thing they've ever really truly completed. Now, marking that achievement and acknowledging the commitment that parents are renewing with their children is really important. $250. How about $100 to help support a father in the Father's Wrap program? Father's Wrap program provides ongoing support and an opportunity for clients to take part in FFSC services after regular hours. All right, those are our amounts, but you know what? We will take any pledge amount. How about any amount? Because your pledge in any amount helps support a father working on a GED. A high school equivalency can be a key step in finding reliable, stable employment. Clients preparing for the HiSET exam commit to intensive work to show their capacity to learn and develop on the job. Well, thank you for all of your generosity, ladies and gentlemen, to help stabilize families and improve outcomes for children in our community. I want to take a moment to thank our dinner co-chairs, Marion Ertley and Lynn Rasher, and tonight's sponsors. All right, we would like to take a moment to recognize one of Fathers and Family Support Center's board members who's being honored tonight with the Founding President's Award. This year, we want to honor longtime friend and supporter Steve Ford, principal of Edward Jones. Let's watch how Steve Ford has made a difference as a longtime supporter of Fathers and Family Support Center.
This year's Doris Stoner Founding President's Award goes to former board member and longtime Fathers and Family Support Center champion, Steve Ford. Steve and his wife, Sarah, have been extremely strong and faithful supporters of Fathers and Family Support Center. Steve first visited an FFSC class nearly 7 years ago and then met with our CEO, Halbert Sullivan. Of that meeting, Steve says, "Sarah and I wanted to be a part of an organization where help was needed, where people were working hard to help themselves, where we could see positive change taking place, and where we could see the needle move. We found all of that at Fathers and Family Support Center." Since that time, Steve has been a very generous supporter of this organization, and perhaps his greatest contribution has been as an FFSC advocate who has introduced an enormous number of St. Louis business leaders to the difference this organization is making in our community every day. Recently, he helped secure well over $500,000 from his associates at Edward Jones Investments for a capital campaign that made this new headquarters building a reality. Halbert Sullivan, our founder and CEO, has this to say: "Steve Ford has demonstrated a commitment to Fathers and Family Support Center and to the St. Louis community, not just with his generosity, but with his time and his considerable drive to see all children succeed. Steve Ford, we're grateful for all you've done for FFSC and are proud to announce that you are our 2020 Doris Stoner Founding President's Award winner."
Well, congratulations once again. We still have donations coming in, so please keep donating, and we appreciate all of the pledges. Well, here we are live at the brand new headquarters. Are you curious? Let's take a look inside Fathers and Family Support Center's new headquarters. Its Fathers Forever Capital campaign raised nearly $4.5 million. The newly renovated building is located at 1601 Olive Street, conveniently located in downtown St. Louis, close to public transportation, and that will enable the agency to reach more than 1,000 participants annually. That's a 34% increase over its current capacity. Halbert Sullivan and the dinner co-chairs Marion Ertley and Lynn Rasher will be our tour guides.
Wow, Halbert, this is such a wonderful new building.
Yes, it is, Lynn, and thank you for being here with us. This building has been designed for us and the work that we do. We're very proud and happy to be with this building.
Halbert, how will this new building help your mission?
Well, the mission is to impact outcomes for children. This building will allow us to get more dads involved. We look to get about 34% more dads per year involved with our work. The building is centrally located, making it easier for public transportation and easier for us to recruit dads from the south side, dads from the east side, and the west side. It's also real close to the employment office, which is called Slate here in town. Great building. Come on, let me show you the rest of the building. Welcome to our new facility. This is our home. This is home base. This is where we will provide our services to over 400 guys a year. We'll be doing our parenting skills classes from here. We'll also have our youth here as well as our mom's project. We're going down the hallway where we'll have our classrooms at. In this first classroom, this will be a classroom for our youth participants. In our next classroom, he's in here working right now, but this will be a classroom for our mom's program. As we move on down the hall, we come to our jewel. This is a jewel. It was built specifically for us, designed for us, as was the entire building. This is our tech lab. In this room, in this classroom, we will be teaching computer skills that will get our guys or our population an industry-recognized certificate, which the certificate will be recognized all over the country, that leads to well-paying technology jobs averaging around $50,000 a year, which is important for our population. We'll move on down further. We have our large classroom. Right in this classroom is where our fatherhood project takes place at. It falls under the umbrella of our family formation program. This is where our guys will spend the 6 weeks, 5 days a week from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock as we help them to begin to understand responsible fatherhood and positive interaction with their children. Now we'll head on upstairs to where our main offices are for the staff. Welcome to the upstairs area. This is where our staff is housed. This is where it happens at. We have 55 staff people. We got the area divided up into teams, departments, so that they can do teamwork together. We also have huddle rooms where they can meet one-on-one with either clients or with other partner agencies. We have the full gamut of staff, social service, employment readiness team, youth team, the moms, which we call our PIP program team, all here, all ready to work together as a team. We're very blessed to have another component that a lot of agencies, social service agencies, don't have. We have a legal team. We're blessed to have 2 attorneys on staff. They're housed in this area. And I got one more interesting room that I want to show you. I want you to get a look at our clothing room, which the staff has named it Sullivan's Boutique. Come on around and let's take a look at the boutique. Welcome to Sullivan's Boutique. This is what the staff has called it. This is our room where our clients can get dressed for success. Dressing for success is important when you're going out on job interviews or when you're just taking care of your normal everyday business. We want our clients to be able to look like professionals and to be able to be accepted. Clothes are donated from all over the city and the county. We have clothes in this room for our youth, for our fathers, and for our moms. In this area, this is where we're housing our administrative support team, as well as the offices along the wall contain our administrators. This room, this is our board room. We didn't have a boardroom before. We used to use other people's. This boardroom we're very proud of because it's very functional. It was designed for our needs. In this room, not only will we have our board meetings, but we'll also be able to do staff trainings. This room contains the latest technology that will allow us to do some great trainings for our staff and have some good board meetings as well. Well, guys, what do you think?
Thank you for the tour. I thought it was wonderful.
Well, thank you for coming out.
You're welcome. Halbert, I have one last question for you. What is your favorite thing about this new building?
That is a question. How do I pick one favorite thing out of this beautiful building? But if I had to, my favorite thing would be our tech lab. Our tech lab will give us an opportunity to give skills to our population. I thank you all for coming out. Feel free to come anytime that you want to come and tour. St. Louis, I thank you, and I invite you to come in to tour our property as well.
Aren't they great tour guides? It really is beautiful. By the way, the support and donations continue to come in. That number, in case you didn't write it down, 314-570-3371, 570-3371. We've gotten a $2,500 pledge from John Abrams, from Devon Sealants, David and Stacy Roth with $1,000, Clay and Alice Otto, $500, Catherine Miller, $500. Rachel and David Ivelin, $500. Steve Davis, $250. Sarah and Andy Cummings, $250. $1,000 donation from Peggy and Terry Rasher. Again, please keep those donations coming in at 570-3371. Just text your name and your pledge amount. All right, on behalf of Fathers and Family Support Center, we want to thank you so much and thank our sponsors for joining us this evening to celebrate more than 2 decades of serving fathers and families in our community. Because we want to show support to St. Louis businesses affected by the pandemic, we're giving away $100 to $250 gift cards to your favorite local restaurants. And here are the winners of our restaurant gift card drawing: Dana Chapman, Rodney and Lori Rowe, and Kathleen Zarica. Congratulations. On behalf of Fathers and Family Support Center, again, we want to thank you for joining us tonight and supporting fathers and families, especially during these unprecedented times. Now be sure to check out FFSC's website tomorrow to see if we met our goal. Just visit fatherssupportcenter.org. Thank you so much for joining us again, and have a wonderful evening.